Hello, everyone, and welcome to our 1, 2, 3 Wrestling right here on SRB TV. I am Chris, and as always, joined by Mo Brothers.
Hi.
And Nick Slade.
Yeah.
And on today's episode, we're talking about the predictions for AEW Double or Nothing 2023, their anniversary show. This is the very first show they started. And a lot has changed in the past. Dude, has it really been 4 years? God, it's been 4 years since this started. Good Lord. I remember still being bitchy about Jericho going over Hangman and All Out at the first All Out.
It worked out.
Yeah.
I mean, the pandemic probably made things feel like it wasn't as long.
But honestly, pretty solid card. As of right now, only 9 matches. I'm assuming one of them's going to be a pre-show match, but that would mean roughly 8 to 9 for the main show, which is not bad. That's not bad.
Single digits. Single
digits.
Oh,
I had to look up to preference this. Sorry to interrupt, Mo. To preference this, I did look up Rampage spoilers. One of the matches got slightly changed, but no matches got added. Okay. So with that being said, let's talk about it. What is it? It was so nice while it lasted.
I missed it. What did the sign say?
Oh, God. Oh, I'm gonna ruin the bit, man.
I wasn't looking. I didn't know you were doing a bit.
You were looking. I gotta get the eraser because Nick ruined my bit. Okay, so there we go. It was nice while it lasted, wasn't it, guys? So
when have we not talked about Punk?
No, what I mean is since we had no choice but to talk about Punk, and 260 days as of this recording was the Dynamite after All Out. 260 days on the money. Which we had to definitively talk about. We had optional ways, but yeah, so Collision wasn't going to happen at first in Chicago. Then Collision is going to happen in Chicago. Apparently, according to Meltzer, they were still trying to work out negotiations for stuff. Ace Steel did have his job. It's just now he's working from home for AEW, which is a wise move. There's a solid brand split coming for AEW when Collision premieres. They confirmed the United Center. TK confirmed the United Center yesterday on Dynamite. And I'm just done with Punk. I'm just going to start this off now. I am done with CM Punk. I know it turns out they were just working on negotiation stuff, but how does it take this fucking long to slap down a deal with Punk, get this all set, and not make it fucking feel like he's an egotistical asshole? I was saying masshole, but that doesn't make any sense.
He's a massive asshole.
Good point. Egotistical asshole, you know? And did it throw anything in disarray? No. Does it benefit anybody? Yes. Kind of. Collision is basically being done because Punk's not getting along with everybody else, and it's basically also being used for everybody else who has issues with everybody else on the AEW roster, if that makes any sense.
I still don't know why they didn't do a roster split, gave one of the shows to Ring of Honor, and you can have Ring of Honor on TV.
Let's not talk about that. Like, they're still doing Ring of Honor stuff on AEW programming, which TK promised they're not, which I'm like, fuck you, you lied, bitch.
It's not the first time he's lied.
Oh, no, yeah. TK's newest trope, let's hype up a big announcement from you, or for it to be a minor announcement. Like the last week on Dynamite, I was gonna say Collision. Well, last week on Dynamite, they announced Collision at the Warner Bros. Discovery upfront. You should save that for Dynamite, or like made a bigger deal of it, because the Tony gave us last week was like, oh yeah, Collision was announced, here are some dates, hope you guys come. That's literally the Tony gave, and I'm not fucking joking. Like,
you know, We used to make fun of Dixie Carter for doing this kind of stuff.
Then on top
Big
of
announcement.
let's see. I'm gonna double check this because I haven't checked in a while. But last I heard, Double or Nothing has not sold out.
Well, that's not good.
Because there's a lot of okay, new rule on this show. When I say report, I mean rumor. Unless I say otherwise, when I say report, I mean rumor. Okay?
I mean, that's what that always usually means.
Yes, but I want to clarify that. But a report I recently saw said, let's see, ticket sales. It said they've only managed to sell a little over 4,000 tickets. That's,
out of how many?
I'm trying to look. Ticket sales. As of 6 days ago. Okay, here it goes. As of 6 days ago, they've sold over 7,000 in total so far. Wait, I have to read that wrong.
7,300 or 73,000?
I know what I said. Just give me a sec. I just reread like a news headline that I'm reading wrong. No, I meant some. Yeah. So no. Here it goes. As of like 6 days ago, tickets still remain under 7,000 in total. So they haven't really sold out Double or Nothing this year. Now, to be fair, reports said it's probably because Forbidden Door. It's like Forbidden Door. People are just saving up to go to that.
I don't know.
I actually have a member of my wrestling Discord that of the wrestling Discord I'm a part of. That's actually at Double or Nothing. Let's see. Ran into multiple AEW stars, ran into the current Woke Culture guys and Simon Miller. Like, that guy. He ran into that guy. That's really cool. He got video footage of MJF leaving the arena last night at Dynamite, which is his friend got footage of it. It was really cool. But yeah, this card overall is good. Like, I say that about all AEW cards. Like, it's never not good. You know, it's like
never not good.
Hey, that's always going to be my phrase. I'm going to stick to it. But yeah, it's a solid card overall. Maybe one match I'm like, with. But other than that, really good stuff.
There's one match I'm very confused about, but we'll get to it.
Yes, we will get to it. Well, first off, we have in an unsanctioned match with the Las Vegas native Sabu as special guest. Yes. That's how Cole introduced him, because he even said he's from Vegas. That's how he started, and then did the Sabu lines. Well, the WPG version of the Sabu lines.
It says he's from Staten Island. I don't know, maybe.
Well, he implied he's not from Vegas, but he lives in Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is Adam Cole, baby, versus Chris Jericho. So this started a while ago after Adam Cole successfully won a match against Daniel Garcia. Since then, Jericho had beef with Cole, vice versa. They kept goings, and then like it got to a point where eventually JS beat down Cole. Then what was it? Britt came out as well to stop them. Then the Outcast showed up. Then they handcuffed Adam Cole. Then Jericho proceeded to let the Outcast know to keep on beating on Britt. And that's the basis of it. The following week, was it Jericho got bitch slapped by Britt Baker and sold it amazingly, as he usually does. And had a really good promo segment. They've had some good segments overall. Roderick Strong officially joined AEW in one of the better surprises of the year, better debut surprises of the year, because nobody knew. Everybody still thought he was kind of sort of under contract still of NXT, which I guess the answer is he was not. He even helped, and even Adam Cole helped Strong beat Chris Jericho in a Falls Count Anywhere match, where the rule was Adam Cole and the JAS cannot come into the arena. So what happened was they eventually came outside the arena, and Adam Cole helped Roger Strong beat Chris Jericho, which was a very clever finish. Honestly, very clever finish. Then they had a really good segment last night with the contract sign. Great stuff from both sides of the thing.
Wait, I have a question.
What's up?
It's unsanctioned. Why do you need a contract?
You know what? That did get brought up in a review I watched. So maybe a good point. it's what it is. It's technically not a match contract. It's just legality they have to sign. Like AEW can't be responsible for anything and everything you do in an unsanctioned match. Like it's not technically like a contract signed for the match. It's a contract signed to confirm you're going to be a part of an unsanctioned match, and we got nothing to do with this. We will not be legally held accountable for any random shit you do.
So Nick, they essentially are just signing pain waivers.
Yes, basically pain waiver, and that's where we're at now. So if the reports are true, it's safe to say, damn it. See, this is where it gets challenging because the report says the first feud for Punk's return will in fact be Chris Jericho. Apparently Jericho's already confirmed it. I mean, not confirmed it, but has agreed to it. They've sat down for it. So it would be really stupid for Jericho not to win. But on the other hand, Adam Cole hasn't really had a lot of matches since coming back. He's had a couple. And this would be a nice way to send forward for a possible world title feud against MJF. I mean, that would be a good idea.
Well, I don't think it would hurt Jericho to lose this match.
Yeah.
And then go into a feud with Punk, because especially if it's unsanctioned, he can just make excuses for why he lost.
Yeah. But
I think Adam Cole, if you're going to have Cole be the next world title contender, he needs to come off a big win.
Right. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Adam Cole, baby, because I could see I could see him winning easily. Sabu will do something really stupid to help Cole win, because it's weird because Cole announced him as a buddy to help him out during the unsanctioned match. Then later they announced no, he's just Sabu is a special guest enforcer for the match. I'm like, which is it? But I'm gonna go with Adam Cole, baby, on this one. What do you guys think?
Well, as I said, it makes more sense for Cole to win. So I'm going to go with Adam Cole. Baby.
Well, I think that if Sabu is involved, then Chris Jericho is going to bring RVD and Bill Alfonso. And then Sabu is going to be like, you know what? I got to go with my buddies. And then turns on Adam Cole and Chris Jericho once again.
Sounds delicious. Here's a really funny meme picture I saw here where somewhere there was an old NXT Undisputed Era shot and they replaced Bobby Fish with Sabu doing his signature pose. That fits. So next up, which I don't know, I think this could be a pre-show match, but it has the Hardys. So we're talking about Ethan Page and the Guns taking on what was originally supposed to be the Hardys and Isaiah Cassidy. But on Rampage, they confirmed Isaiah Cassidy's out on injury, so he's being replaced by Hook. With that being said, if the Hardys win this match, they get Ethan Page's contract. Much how vice versa happened a few months back with Hardy and Page. So, I didn't see the firm deletion match. I didn't. At this point, I'm I'll see it eventually down the road when somebody briefly mentions it. But that eventually got the Hardys, Team Hardy, to win the match overall. I mean, I heard the star of the deletion match was easily Malcolm Bivens, Stokely Hathaway, he was the highlight of the match, which was cool. But yeah, this feud's been going on for a while with the firm acquiring the Hardy's contract, just Matt's contract, and then from there on continuing on. Remember some great stuff on some really fun stuff on Dark. Eventually, Matt tricking Ethan into a match with Hook, even having him sign a contract where if Hook won, both Private Party and Matt will be out of contract with the firm, and that happened. And then that's what we're building up to now. That was before the firm deletion match. Firm deletion match happened, and now here we are. So I'm gonna give it to the Team Hardys. At first, I was going to be I could see the heels maybe winning this, but then there's two factors, obviously. A, this is the Hardys' first match together as a team again, not counting the firm deletion match. B, and the other thing, they had Hook. Hook's still technically undefeated. in AEW. So like with that being said, like yeah, I'm gonna go with Team Hardy's on this. What do you guys think?
Yeah. What they can do is when they win Ethan Page's contract, you can make some funny things. Like if I had Ethan Page's contract, he has to dress as Karate Man at all times.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I'm surprised they didn't do that in the firm deletion match. They didn't throw him to Lick of Reincarnation. He came out as Karate Man.
I think it's probably still a sore spot for Page, maybe because of what happened with Impact.
That makes it all the sweeter to make him do it. Like,
Jesus
I own your
Christ,
contract.
you just want TK to be very vendetta. God damn it, Mo. This is ridiculous coming from Nick.
No. Well, come on. The firm treated Matt Hardy like crap. It's like, it's revenge. He's like, you have to be Karate Man.
Jesus
Joy.
Christ. Oi, oi, indeed. So next up, for the TBS Championship, it is Jade Cargill defending against Taya Valkyrie. So this feud started once Taya Valkyrie officially made her debut in Canada. And their first match was the first attempt at Taya getting Jade's title was the Fly of the Valkyries, aka the Jaded, aka the Glam Slam, was banned. Taya couldn't use it. She tried to go for it. And then in the worst roll-up I've ever seen in the history of me watching pro wrestling, Jay was able to retain because of the distraction. And they've just been building up Jay a bit more for more wins, and now Taya's back, and now that's on the table now for her to do the Fly of the Valkyries, aka the Jaded, aka the Glam Slam. God damn it. It's a good finisher, but Jesus Christ. With that being said, man, at this point, I just don't care.
I just don't.
I'm just done with her title run. Like, seriously done. Like, it's been a year and a half now since she's been champion. A year and a half now. And I just not feeling anymore of her. She's got the look. She's got the charisma. Her in-ring skills still need work. And we let her hold on to the title for this fucking long. Because at first, I was honestly like, okay, maybe using Tia's title will help build up Jade, make her better in the ring, make her better on the mic. No, they didn't do that. They just made her have the same matches, the same promos, and still have her fucking kid out in the crowd, which I'm like, she's supposed to be a goddamn heel. Have the kid stay in the back. I don't give a fuck.
You hear this, Nick? He doesn't care about kids. He hates kids.
So don't give a damn about your family.
He hates kids and women.
No.
He did laugh his ass off when MGF threw that water on that kid.
No, that ain't water.
That ain't water.
That
makes it worse. You're not helping your case there, Kristen.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go with Jade. I still think their TK is holding down. I'm gonna use Yu-Gi-Oh references. It still have that face down trap card called Chris Statlander in the works. So like, yeah, I'm gonna say Jade retained.
For the love of God, I'm tired of at this point. The TBS title is just a prop. It's not even a real belt. Because honestly, out of her 500 plus day reign, can you name a really memorable feud she's had with this belt?
Fuck. I don't even know who she's feuded with. You know what's funny? She has beat people for her title so many times. Like, it's not even funny. I would say though, I don't remember, but definitely early on, she had a couple of ones where I'm like, I could go either way. Like later, like in her first year as TBS champion, she like in 2022. Let me rephrase that. In 2022, near the end, she had a couple good ones, but nothing truly like
most of them have been open challenge squash matches.
Sure have.
Like, I'm tired of it.
They had Lee Frost show up last night to take on Taya Valkyrie too, which was cool.
Yeah, so I know they were waiting for Chris Statlander, but there's no telling when she's coming back. There's no point in waiting anymore. Just give it to Taya Valkyrie. She's more than capable of holding this title.
Yeah. Mo, where are your thoughts?
That's why I'm going with Taya. I could see it being 500 days seems like a a good enough time. And Double or Nothing, where the big things happen.
Yeah.
Be a good signifier of change.
Okay,
And
so
the quote MVP: "Big things popping, little things stopping."
yep. I wonder. This will have to take some deep research. I wonder if this would be the first time a championship had, if Taya wins, a championship would have transitioned from one person using the same finisher as the next champion.
Probably not.
Probably not. That's quite a lot of research. But anyways,
No. I know it's not happened because Eddie Guerrero and RVD trade the Intercontinental title, and they both used the Frog Splash.
thank you. Okay, so moving on. Thank you. Me, it's so much quicker for me. So next up, we have our annual Anarchy in the Arena match. As
AK totally not Stadium Stampede.
Yes, as the fully reformed Elite, which now includes Hangman as well, take on the Blackpool Combat Club. So a while back, Blackpool Combat Club just started to be the complete dicks and got to a point where they even beat down Kenny Omega. Brian came out for the save. No, it turns out he was just rejoining his brethren again. And since then, we've had stuff between them, the Young Bucks, Don Callis, who got the nastiest fucking scar in the world because of Jon Moxley, unintentional. And eventually got to a point where it was just a numbers game, getting the better of the Elite. It was just like Nakazawa and Cutler weren't cutting it, and just like wasn't working out in the end. They even took out Hangman with a screwdriver to the eye. Like, it was brutal. Like, they were not going to be able to recover. Okay, so with that being said, let's talk about eventually what we came down to, which was a steel cage match between Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega, in which Kenny had the match won dead to rights after dealing, I think, one of my favorite breakout steel cage spots where he V-triggered Jon Moxley through the fucking cage, which I thought was pretty cool. I think one of them nearly got injured in the process, but they're both fine. And it just looked like the match was won for Kenny. Don turned on Kenny. Moxley won. And then turns out Don isn't working for him, which was one thing, which I'm like, that makes sense. Don was trying to push Kenny to be a singles guy again, get out of this Elite nonsense after they lost the trios titles. Like, move on, keep going forward. And Kenny wasn't listening, and this was just his breaking point. Following week, Kenny comes out, gets attacked by security, then gets attacked by the BCC. Then the BCC does the signature, there's four of you, there's one of you and four of us. Mwahahahaha. I swear to God, maniacal laughter. I think that's what Moxley was in his head. Then the Young Bucks come out, having been attacked earlier that night on Dynamite. Then, in one of the better pops of the night, Hangman Page returns and gets handed Kenny's signature barbed wire wrapped broom. Beatdown happens on BCC, and then Hangman confirms he's officially part of the Elite again, as well as confirming this being an Anarchy in the Arena match. Now, remember what happened last year.
Like 2 or 3 people got injured.
Cut to what Eddie Kingston looked like coming out later in that match. So this is going to be pretty brutal. I think it's going to be hella fun. It could go either way, but for me, I'm going to say the Elite, because they just recently reformed, like 100%. All 4 original members are back together again. They're back together full force. And I think you need to build that up again with Hangman rejoining the family, the Vin Diesel, the family, in this case. So I would say give it to the Elite. I would say cut it close, but definitely give it to the Elite in the long run. What say you guys?
I guess the Elite winning makes sense. I don't know. Does that, you gotta think they're probably gonna stretch this out to blood and guts, because apparently they can't come up with another faction warfare leading up to that and the months leading to it. So you gotta think whoever wins this is probably gonna lose blood and guts.
Okay, so
I don't know. Maybe Blackpool Combat Club wins this, and the Elite win Blood and Guts.
okay, we'll see about that. Mo, what are your thoughts?
I think I'd have to agree with Nick. I'd have to agree with you, Nick. I see Blackpool coming out on top. They're the names when it comes to anarchy, you know. And the Elite, they can bite the bullet
Till Blood and Guts,
or
Which
even
usually-
lose that blood and guts.
which I still hate the name Blood and Guts.
It's stupid. You remember what we came up with? Well, I forgot what we came up with. I think we said during a Hell in a Cell match or something like that. Like, man, what was it? Damn, I forgot it. It was like Steel Anarchy or something like that. I forgot the name of it. It was really good. It was better than what they came up with. So
Blood and Guts just makes me think about guts, and that's gross.
in our
But they're inside you.
in our second women's match of the night, we have Jamie Hayter defending her Women's World Championship against Toni Storm of the Outcasts. So this feud's been going on for a while. Last time we looked on the Outcast was during Revolution, where Ruby became a member, and since then we've had a lot back and forth between the teams. Sheeta eventually came back to help out the I guess Team AEW Originals, I guess. And yeah, this feud's been going back and forth. They're well, it was supposed to be a six woman turned to just a 2-on-2. It was a 4-woman tag match, a standard tag match. Wound up having the Outcasts win. The reason is that Hayter's out on injury, but according to what we've seen on last night on Dynamite, apparently she's good to go for a match against Toni. So good enough at the very least. So we'll see where this goes. So with that being said, and knowing for a fact Jamie here is injured, but not injured enough to not be in this match, who do you got? Okay, so I usually say first. I'm gonna say Jamie Hayter retains. I feel like I don't feel like it's time for Toni to regain that Women's World Championship back again. I feel like I feel like Jamie still just needs to keep pushing forward for her feud, because her feud's been mainly around the Outcasts, and I still feel like they're still gonna do Jamie Hayter versus Saraya. Yeah, I know. Cough, 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 cough. Saraya. At All In. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Hayter to retain.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is just filler feud until they can get to All In August, which means this feud's going on for another 3 months. So yay!
I love it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's like a lot of history between the two, supposedly.
Supposedly.
I'm not aware of their full history. I do know that they have some history together. So I think between Hayter and Storm, Hayter's definitely gonna be coming out on top. She's been I know that the people have been getting behind her lately, which is good. And Toni I feel like she's already an established name, especially from her time in WWE and everything. So I think this will help not launch Hayter's career, but I think it will help for her overall wrestling history and look.
Okay. So yeah, definitely this run's definitely trying to, I agree, definitely trying to solidify Hayter more as a very, very relevant high on the tier list of women's wrestlers they have on the roster. They need to, since they're chopping the roster in half. So in our next match, it is a 21-man battle royal for the International Championship.
Okay, so this is the match I'm confused about.
It's an over-the-top battle royale, over-the-top rope battle royale. They haven't said anything. No, I know what you're thinking. Is it their standard? What was it called again?
No,
The
it's not what I'm
casino
confused about.
casino battle royal. Doesn't say that. It says Blackjack Battle Royal. So I'm guessing it's a standard over the top rope Battle Royal.
Now I get the background of this. It said a bunch of people want a shot at the title. So Tony's like, okay, all of you get a shot. But here's my question. Tony's supposed to be a face. Why would he take a face champion and make him defend his belt in a battle royal when he could just have the winner of the battle royal get a title shot?
Let me explain. Because first off, we're not getting a number one contenders match on pay-per-view, man. Not going to happen. And on if they do it on Dynamite, great. But the reason it's a Battle Royale is because it's the story of Orange Cassidy, which I'm going to get to. So the story right now of Orange Cassidy is that he currently holds the record for most defenses of a title in AEW history. That's his current thing. He has been going day in, day out defending a title nearly every single week on Dynamite. Majority of the time, usually the opening match on Dynamite. And like defending it day in, day out. But as it's gone along, wear has gone down, wear and tear has gotten to him. He's wearing more cassette tape all over his body because of the injuries and defending a title. He's had multiple close ones. And he's just absolutely drained. So after one of his matches a couple weeks ago, Renee asked him who's the next opponent what his mindset. He's like, you know what, screw it. If anybody wants it, just go to Tony's locker, Tony's office, Tony's office, and just ask him, and we'll do it that way. And then later that night, Renee confirmed 20 people showed up to Tony Khan's office asking for a match for your international championship. And then Orange Cassidy went, you know what, screw it, all of you, fine, we'll do a Blackjack 21 Blackjack Battle Royale, whatever. Literally his words, his tone, not mine.
Whatever.
Yeah, his tone, not mine. And even you could see it too. In his match against Kyle Fletcher, he was trying to get multiple countouts on Kyle Fletcher, like early on, because he is destroyed right now. He is barely hanging on to that international championship, both physically and mentally right now.
Yeah.
It's just because of his. So it's funny. It's because of his like whatever attitude that's got him into this mess in the first place. And that's why we have a 21-person Battle Royale. Now, I do have here the other combatants listed. So you get a better idea, and maybe just in case you don't just follow say Orange Cassidy. So the other people in this Battle Royale include Ricky Starks, the Butcher, the Blade, Candlestick Maker, Bandito, Commander, Lee Moriarty, Big Bill, Ari Daivari, Tony Nese, Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, Kip Sabian, Ray Phoenix, Penta El Zero Miedo, Swerve Strickland, Brian Cage, Jay White, Juice Robinson. Oh yeah, by the way, that's a nice way of having Jay White's first pay-per-view with you. Well, second technically. Have him at Battle Royal. Juice Robinson, Keith Lee, and Dustin Rhodes. Now, with all those names being said, I think Cassie's just gonna barely able to retain here. And then I guess whoever is the second to last to get eliminated will challenge him for the title. And then like that's who will eventually win it, like the following week, maybe, perhaps.
I feel like this is where he loses. Because honestly, what better out for him to have their dominant reigns? Yeah, he lost it in a battle royal against 20 other guys.
But I'm gonna say Orange Cassidy retains here. What are you guys' thoughts?
I think he's going to lose, but who wins is anyone's guess.
Are you going to guess? Because you can't say not Orange Cassidy.
Not Orange Cassidy.
I can say that. I will say that.
I'm just going to go with my personal pick. I want Keith Lee to win.
Keith Lee. Well, you know what? Good choice. I wasn't going to say anything because like it's not like he's part of a current tag team right now or he's part of a current feud with Swerve Strickland that hasn't ended.
It would make that feud matter because that feud doesn't matter right now.
Yeah, I guess.
Have him and Swerve fight for the belt.
Hey, I'll give you props. I would love to see Keith Lee hold a singles title in AEW. Mo?
I'm going with not Orange Cassidy. See, because just like this is taking place in Vegas, I have to hedge my bets. The only way I'm gonna lose this is if Orange Cassidy wins.
Okay. So Huh.
Mo plays by his own rules.
Yes, he does. In our TNT Championship match, we have Wardlow defending his championship against Christian Cage in a ladder match. So after we were done with Hobbs, I hate saying that too because Hobbs is so great. I hope he does well on Collision. Wardlow got a new challenger, what appeared to be Luchasaurus. Then the next week happens, something else happens, and then the next week, Wardlow's like, enough of this. Let's come out, Luchasaurus. Let's do this. Let's fight. And then a twist of everything, Christian Cage and Luchasaurus come out, and then Christian goes, "The match isn't for him. It's for me." Cue dead dad talk for another couple weeks, and here we are. No, not dead dad. Oh, yeah, dead dad talk, and here we back are because apparently Christian is a dead dad magnet, a DDM. Because that's what majority of his promo was. Now, to be fair, Christian's really good at it.
Your dad's dead. That's pretty much
To be fair,
it.
Christian's really good at it because Christian's been playing a great, one of the better heels on AEW right now. Like, really great stuff. But that's where we're at now. Arn Anderson, I forgot about Arn Anderson, is now Wardlow's manager. Arn even said how stupid it was to accept that match and stuff like that. But he's still with him on this. Okay. And that's where we're at now.
According to Christian, Arn abandoned his own son.
Okay. With that being said, I mean, the biggest thing here is, will Luchasaurus interfere? And the short answer is,
absolutely.
Duh. But the other question is, will it be enough? Oh, go on.
I'll say the other question is, will Arn be packing?
Ooh, good point. I'm gonna say
one thing Luchasaurus are weak against, and that's lead.
I'm gonna say Wardlow retains. I still feel like they're just building up a bit more for Wardlow Luchasaurus. I feel like Christian Cage is like a red herring for us for now, but I think it's gonna be Luchasaurus eventually. Maybe taking the TNT title off Wardlow eventually, but I say Wardlow retains here.
Anytime I hear the word red herring, I just think of the character from Pup named Scooby Doo. Red herring.
You know what? I never got that till you just said that right now.
Wow.
That was the joke.
No. The thing was, this was when I was younger and they showed reruns on Cartoon Network. I never got it at all until right now, where you said and it just clicked. I'm like, oh my God.
That's the joke.
That's the joke. What do you guys think?
As much as I hate the fact the TNT title has been tossed around so much, it's become a hot potato. Christian is just so damn good. I want him to have a title. At this point, Wardlow's already had so much shit thrown at him. I don't think any more is going to do anything more. And honestly, I'd rather Wardlow be in higher aspirations.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I'd rather just go back to Wardlow MJF. There's a world title feud right there.
True.
So yeah, I love Christian Cage, so I'm biased. I think Christian Cage TNT champion would be really fun.
Okay. Mo?
It's very tempting to go with Christian because it could be the Christian Luchasaurus hour for all I care. And turn it into its own Adult Swim TV show. They do their voices and all that stuff. It could be a whole thing. It's called Synergy, and I think Warner Brothers knows exactly what they're going to do with it.
Yeah.
That's one line of thinking. My actual line of thinking is that Wardlow will retain, and this will just be, it won't be like any kind of squash match, of course, with Luchasaurus in the way, but I think it'll be a good match overall. It's just Wardlow's gonna come out on top.
Okay. Dude, I just imagine the Luchasaurus Christian show. It's just them having special guests, and they're just berating the guest dead father every week.
Christian's like, wait, before we get started, is your dad dead?
No.
Okay, now I know.
Well, no, but he should be dead.
Oh, there we
just
go.
kind of a comedic tone where it's just like he's just bullying little kids and just like making their fathers disappear so he can bully them even more for the fact that they don't have a dad.
So in our next match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships is FTR defending against Team TNA.
Woo! Yeah, Team Suck Nuts.
FTR defending against Team TNA with Mark Briscoe as special guest referee. So Mark Briscoe has, of course, we already know, has a friendship with Jay Lethal, and so they've incorporated that into story where they're buddy. Mark keeps on getting involved with Team TNA shenanigans. There was a really funny farm segment a few weeks ago that I really enjoyed. What are you doing? Don't trust the one with the overalls. Which one? Both of them. And FTR has been trying to tell Mark, hey, man, just don't trust them. They're like evil.
Basically, like evil.
Basically what they've been saying to Mark. Don't trust them. They're basically evil. They're conniving, basically. They're basically conniving and stuff like that. And then last week on Dynamite, he wanted to make peace with both FTR and Team TNA. And that was going to happen with some booze. And then was that Sanjay Dutt spit into Dax Harwood's face, blinded him, and in the weirdest way I could describe it, accidentally perfectly pile drives Mark Briscoe while blind. I know, right? So this week on Dynamite, sorry, during that segment at the end where it looked like they were going to do I'm just going to call it the Big Rig still. When they're going to do Big Rig on Jarrett. Terrence Jarrett showed up and took them out and hit a finisher. Jeff hit his stroke.
Yeah,
Jesus
stroke.
Christ. Such a stupid fuck. Oh yeah, sorry. The drinking thing was 2 weeks ago, and then last week was FTR came out, pushed Tottenham Singh off the top, the entrance ramp, and then Karen Jarrett showed up. And now we're here where Dax was trying to forcibly make peace with Mark, but Mark was having none of it. Bitch slapped Dax, left. Then TNA comes out, shoves Karen, bitch slaps Jeff Jarrett, bitch slaps bitch slaps Sanjay Dutt, and goes up to Jay Lethal and tells him, look, man, you and me are close. We go a long way, but you really need to sort your shit out, and then leaves. So, in all honesty, I know full well I'm just going to say FTR. Like, there is no way in hell. No way. I could see the Hardys taking it off FTR a bigger percentage of that happening than Team TNA. So I'm going to say FTR wins it. I think Mark Briscoe realizes that FTR is right and that Team TNA are just a bunch of conniving assholes and Bob's your uncle. So.
Yeah, but Chris, did you see the Guns taking the belts off the Acclaimed?
Fuck you.
Honestly,
what are you guys' thoughts?
Honestly, I want Team TNA to win because I love Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, and I think they'd be really entertaining as tag champions. But FTR hasn't held the belts that long, not that that means anything. But nope. I don't see FTR losing here. And Mark Briscoe's a special guest referee, and that's going to play a part. I'll have to see.
Okay.
In my heart, I want Team TNA to win, but in my mind, I know FTR is going to win.
Okay. Mo?
Well, in my mind, the only time that I'm thinking of TNA is the Midway TNA Impact game. That's where they can truly win because they're not going to win in this match. It's FTR all the way. And then maybe, Mark joins the crew, and then it's MFTR, mother freaking trying really hard.
FTR. Wait, it's Faturd. It says a Faturd.
Turd. I don't know.
Fatur with the H at the sound at the end. Fatur.
The H is silent.
Fatur.
Motherfucking their revival.
Hey, language.
So in our main event of the
Okay,
I don't know
Steve.
if this honestly, I don't know if this is gonna be a main event because they have an unsanctioned match here. But in our sanctioned main event match, we have MJF defending against it's the 4 pillars 4-way match is what they've been calling it, as MJF defends against Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and Jungle Boy Jack. So I'm just going to read off what Wikipedia says here because this has been going on for a while. But basically, I'll say this much. At the end of Revolution, MJF was having a celebration. He looked like shit. I mean, you go in a match with Bryan, you're probably going to look like shit afterwards. And then the other 3 pillars come out, say their piece, say they want to shut the world title. And then on the April 19th episode of Dynamite, it was announced that there would be the 4 pillars tournament. I'm using air quotes there because it really wasn't a fucking tournament. With the winner challenging MJF for the AEW World Championship at Double or Nothing. Participants of the tournament revealed, of course, the ones I just meant, the other 3 pillars. Guevara managed to defeat Perry by countout with assistance from MJF. Then in the following match, beat Darby via disqualification, technically. They pulled the successful Eddie Guerrero. They actually pulled the successful Eddie Guerrero on Darby. And then after this happened, Tony Khan then announced, Tony Khan through the vessel known as Tony Schiavone announced that there would be a tag team match the following week. It'll be MJF and Sammy versus Darby and Jack. And if the team bad guys won, it will remain a 1-on-1 match between Sammy and MJF, who MJF made a deal with Sammy about being paid good if he laid down for him at Double or Nothing. Taking on, of course, the guys who got screwed, Jack and Darby. Match happened, and team faces won, came a 4-way. A lot of build up. They turned Sammy face for some fucking reason. What's difficult about this match is these are all great guys in the ring, but let's be honest, MJF is like still the biggest guy in this match. I think I agree with somebody who said online, which is this match would need like 1 more year to cook, before having it. Like 1 more year to cook before having it, because like MJF has been on a fucking roll. You can't say the same thing about Sammy. You sure as hell can't say the same thing about Darby. You definitely can't say the same thing about Jack Jungle Boy. Like, as to reach that same level MJF has currently.
Yeah, can I have a hot take real quick?
Go ahead.
I've always
found
I've always found the whole 4 pillars thing to be stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, they're 4 young guys in the company. We're gonna call them the pillars. Like, pillars are the ones supporting the company, not the future of the company. The actual 4 pillars were Chris Jericho, John Moxley, Kenny Omega, and Cody Rhodes. That was the actual 4 pillars of AEW, and one of them's gone. So do with that what you will. I just always found the 4 pillars to be stupid and very manufactured. It didn't feel natural at all to me.
Okay, so I guess this is less about. I guess we're all okay. So I'm gonna ask you guys all 3. This MJF's retaining, right?
Duh.
Yeah.
Mo. Okay. So I guess
like you said, the other 3 have not been built up to his level.
I just don't want to leave it at that because this is our last match we're discussing tonight.
I know. It's disappointing.
I guess let's put in a bunch of what ifs. Is Sammy really a face? Do you guys think, or do you think it's a big swerve and he's going to try the finger poke thing with MJF? Yes or no?
I don't really see how Sammy can really be a face if he's still part of Jericho society. So
Yeah,
I don't know if it's less him being a
face. He's an opportunist.
Yeah, I see him less as face and Jim just feeling disrespected by MJF. So I don't know. Maybe he might try to make MJF think he's gonna do it and then try to pin him. I can see them trying to pull that. Do a swerve finger poke of doom.
Okay.
But yeah, MJF's gonna win. He's probably gonna hold it to at least All In or All Out because they're only a week apart.
I'm gonna say Full Gear. You feel he'll hold it to at least Full Gear.
I don't know. I don't want him to hold it for that long.
Because
But-
he started back up with his teasing of leaving the company last night on Dynamite.
Oh, boo hoo.
But yeah,
The one like to me, it makes sense that his next opponent's probably gonna be Adam Cole, so you're probably gonna do MJF Adam Cole at All In. So yeah, MJF wins. LOL.
Do you guys think Sammy will still, ironically enough, still eat the pin?
Probably.
Probably. Mo?
No.
No? Okay, so let me ask you then. Who do you think will ultimately eat the pin? Or submission?
Darby.
Darby? You see Darby, yeah. I don't think they confirmed if this is the same as like a WWE fail 4-way, if it's no DQ. I don't think they confirmed that.
AEW has DQs. I mean, I know we saw what happened, but there's it's like once in a blue moon. Referee's discretion.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Okay.
honestly, this doesn't really feel like a main event of Double or Nothing. Like, honestly, probably Cole Jericho should go on last, but we'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely agree. We all agree MJF to retain. So, but that being said, what do you guys think will be the best match of the night? So I'm automatically just going to say our Anarchy and Arena match.
Yeah, probably Anarchy in the Arena with Cole Jericho maybe coming up behind.
Yeah. Mo?
I want to say FTR versus Team TNA.
Okay.
It could be. I mean, all four are still good.
That has the potential of being a really entertaining match overall.
Jeff Jarrett can still go.
Yep. And that's going to do it, folks, for our Double or Nothing 2023 predictions. Of course, we'll get the reactions up as soon as possible when it comes time. So keep an eye out for those. But other than that, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about some Double or Nothing AEW wrestling, hit the subscribe button down below. Hit that bell icon as well. Let us know what you thought of our predictions for Double or Nothing 2023. Who do you have winning a couple of the big ones? What's your thoughts on the Anarchy in the Arena match? And who do you think will ultimately eat the pin in the main event? Let us know in the comments down below. Put down what you thought of our predictions overall. But most importantly, we thank you for watching. Now, of course, guys, where can they find you on the internet?
Oh, you just, like me on the Facebooks, follow me on the Twitters and the Instagrams. Do whatever the kids are doing these days. But, enough about little old me. Mo, what about you? Where can they find you on the mobile web?
Well, you can find me on Instagram with Afro Mobro. You can find me on music streaming services under Afro Mobro. And then you can try to find me in person. If you do and I don't know you, I'm not gonna say anything. That's all. I'm keeping it simple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. We all good?
We're fantastic.
Sure.
Awesome. You guys can also check out our reactions to Double or Nothing from last year. And you can also check out our previous reactions to Backlash that happened. We got WrestleMania reactions, WrestleMania vlog update. My brother is currently in the process of working on day 3 of our trip. So stay tuned. It's still coming. Slow pace, but he's still working on it. And of course, check out their stuff, like I said. But until next time, though. Oh, also check out our Night Champions 2023 predictions. We're not doing reactions for it, but we still wanted to give our thoughts on the event. But until next time, though, I'm Kristen.
I'm Nick Slade.
And I am Mo Brothers.
And this has been a very Vegas-filled episode of 1, 2, 3 Wrestling. So we will see you later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out any of our previous reactions,
As well as one of our other SRB shows.
check out one of the playlists down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
You can find us on Twitter and Stardust,
at Super React Bros.
as well as on Facebook.
At Super Reaction Bros.